Hey everyone, today I have a new knife design announcement. Pretty excited about this. This is my new scalpel knife that I'm calling the Nano Cut. You've probably seen a couple prototypes out there from other YouTube and Instagram influencers. Uh, those ones all had the G10 here on the skirts, overlays. But I've elected to go with titanium instead. So we've got tumbled titanium overlays, main body components, and then the blade holder, the carabiner hook, and what I call the blade or lock link is all made out of 17.4. The button is also titanium. This is a little scalpel flipper. There's a couple of ways to hold on to this. So one is just kind of a traditional grip. So you pinch it up here and your hands wrap around the main part of the handle there. You can also hold it more like an X-Acto knife for precision cutting. And then you also have more of like a scalpel hold for more precision cutting. I'm calling this a plunger lock. So there's a rod inside there that this button attaches to, and you can see the profile of this link lock that it locks into like that. So it locks closed, so you can carry this on your keychain, backpack. You just hook it in there with the carabiner. Obviously, it locks open as well. One of the interesting things about this project, and I get people asking me all the time, like, how do I design knives? How do I come up with interesting mechanisms? So this time around, while designing this, I kept all of my prototypes. So pretty early on, I wanted to design a knife that could be made on a lathe. Ultimately, I had to make quite a few of these parts on a mill, but the main two handle components here are made on a lathe, as well as the D-lock button, the lock bar, and several threaded inserts. So I've always wanted to have a CNC lathe, and I thought, okay, well, to do that, I should design a knife that could be made on a lathe. So the very first prototype, very basic, very simple. It was just two round bars. And I just wanted to get an idea of like, okay, how does this feel in the hand? Can you have this off center section here, and how's that gonna feel? This first prototype, again, super simple and a little small. So then I made one that was a little bit bigger. Bigger diameter, more length, and I started to add some overlays here because obviously I needed to cover the tip. So this one is more like the actual size of the knife, and I could get a better idea and feel of what this was gonna, how this was gonna feel in the hand and kind of look like. Still very basic, blocky. Again, just kind of like getting the idea. You can see the print didn't go all the way to cover the tip. So that was kind of phase two of this design. And again, it's real close to the same size as what I ended up with. Then after that, you can see now it's starting to look more like the final design. The carabiner didn't work on this plastic print. And the lock location was all wrong, but it's kind of starting to come together. You know, I'm adding some contours here to make it feel a bit better in the hand, changing the way the skirt overlays cover the tip of the blade. And then this was my final plastic prototype. So this shape is more like the final version. This one has the lock in it, so it actually functions. I've got the little indentations here for indexing, for holding it like a X-Acto knife. I've got some serrations here, and so this prototype is pretty close to the final titanium version. A couple little changes there that had to be made. Originally I wanted to make this this blade holder section all one piece, but I really wanted a titanium. And the first prototypes, this stainless blade, it just was sticky and wouldn't slide off and on the titanium, so I had to change this piece to steel. So you can see here in this prototype, we've got a steel section here. So you get a nice, smooth, easy release here. And for those of you that are unfamiliar how scalpels work, there's an undercut all the way there, and there's a step right there, and that preloads the blade a little bit and gives it kind of a springiness that holds it on. So you slide this like that, it goes into this skinnier section, slides in, and you see it kind of, let's see if we can get that video, just kind of snaps into place with a little bit of preload there. So that's how the blade comes off and on. The other thing on this prototype is I was trying to also incorporate this carabiner into this handle section, which was, you can see there's a bunch of super glue there. The plastic wasn't very strong. But the problem that I was having making this all out of one piece is just getting a good machine surface or finish on all these surfaces. So I ended up splitting that as well. So it's a steel part here. That way I can get good finishes on all these surfaces. Also makes the carabiner a lot stronger. So yeah, that's kind of you can see all these lined up. You can see the design evolution of the Nano Cut. So I think of myself and consider myself like an evolutionary designer. So I start with a very basic concept and an idea, and then it just slowly evolves into the final product. So I rarely know what the end product is going to look like. I just have kind of goals, right? I want it, in this case, I wanted it to be a scalpel knife. I wanted it to be made on a lathe. I wanted it to be very small and compact when it was folded up, but when it was open, I wanted it so you could get a full grip on the knife. And that's one of the things that I dislike about most scalpel knives, is they either have this really big handle and this little tiny blade that folds out, which just looks goofy to me, or you have this really tall or this really small handle with a small blade in it, and once it's open, there's nothing to hold on to, and you've got this like little knife that's impractical and useless. So with the Nano Cut, you get this small folded up package, but because this handle section here also folds, it extends the grip, and now you get a full-size handle, but still with the small scalpel blade. I also really like, that since it's a scalpel knife, it doesn't have to look like a regular folding knife, and that allowed me to make this really skinny profile that does give you the ability to hold it like, X-Acto or a scalpel knife. So I wasn't really constrained, or I didn't constrain myself to what a typical folding knife should be and then just added a scalpel knife. I just started all the way from scratch and was able to build off of that concept. Yeah, so that is the Nano Cut. I'm going to be dropping these mid-September 2025. I'll be doing a small drop of these just to make sure I've got all my manufacturing processes in place and assembly and everything goes smooth for that first drop. And if there is anything that comes up, I can solve it very easily. Yeah. Let's see. Price point on these is going to be $300. And once I do the drop, we're looking at 2 to 3 months before they start shipping. So like always, I'll be doing a deposit, which will get your name on the list. And then once the knife is ready to ship, again, 2 to 3 months after the drop, you'll get a final invoice. You pay that, and then the knife will ship to you. So, all right. Thanks, guys.